But we'll give them just a quick second to kind of funnel in and out. But parking lot obviously will be out here, and then this will be their main point of entry. Right now, these buildings are going to be used for our additional supplies and overstock or anything we might have. So we'll utilize those, and then eventually, as the department head George Duran was saying, we're going to have additional buildings over here. So this parking lot will eventually be completely moved and refigured, and that's where the two larger buildings are going to go, where the additional 200 kennels are going to be placed. And then that building in the very back will also be relocated, and that area will be the pen area for livestock, because we do get the occasional pot-bellied pig that was a pet, got too big, and they don't know what to do with it no more. And then of course there's always that one or two pigs that we'll just find running around somehow, and it's just like, okay, there goes Babe. Let's pick up Babe real quick. All right, let's head on inside. So for the community as they enter, this will be their lobby area to place their concerns, questions, inquiries. Our technician staff, we have 2 of them placed on either side here. This is where they take their all of our calls. So there's Arlene, and then there's Casey. They'll receive all the calls, and of course, if there's any request for an officer to respond for whatever the nature of the complaint is, they'll go ahead and dispatch it out to us. We'll receive that digitally and go ahead and partake in the call and address whatever problems or concerns or questions, again, whatever it might be for the community at that point. This Saturday, as a matter of fact, we're going to be hosting our first fully fledged free licensing clinic. That'll be from the hours of 9 a.m. until 2. So the community will just have to come on through here. They'll be our very first participants in that and get to experience as it is finally completed to this extent until we can get the additional buildings and other services such as the veterinarians. But this will be the first starting point, and you guys can go ahead and come on through over here. And if you want to see your first puppy of the day, there's our newest little addition right there.
It's Buttercup, right?
Buttercup.
Yay! So cute.
So right here, these stations right here are reserved for, in the back we have our department manager, and then our technician will go here, our registered veterinarian technician will go here, Candy, and then our additional technicians will go here as well for the animal services and care. They handle the kennels. They also partake in make sure the medications are administered if any pets are on medications, and then of course microchipping and any kind of data collection we have for the services are all here for these guys.
Question about the art, is that like local art, or how is it?
So the artwork is local art, although it does predate my employment.
Yeah.
It's been, our now supervisors had those commissioned, and I think they're about 13 years ago now.
Wow.
That they've been with us. They were in our original office, and we were fortunate enough to be able to move them and relocate them over here with us, just as they are, just as intact as they have been for now over a decade.
Very nice, colorful.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys do have any questions, don't hesitate to stop me and say, hey, what's this, what's that, or how long, history. Happy to answer all of it. If you guys are ready, we'll move on to the officers' quarters. So in here, we have all of our officers stationed on this side. The 2 supervisors will be located in the back at the entry points. And then each additional officer has their own area, their own desk for operating. This is where the officers will do their back office information, investigation works. They'll go ahead and type up any kind of case notes that they may have, and then prep any kind of cases for the DA or for an administrative hearing. This is basically just where we're able to do all of that and make sure that they're prepared for any kind of circumstances and any kind of case notes they have to try to partake in. And as you can see, this originally was one of the classrooms that was used for the school. So it is, the building itself is original. Obviously you got the flooring, the landlord special. So we got that all updated. I updated the building as much as possible for right now to make it as functional as possible for the officers and create that nice space that they can operate without any kind of concerns. We'll go ahead and head on out through these doors and go on to the next portion. And I'll point out some things as we make a big circle around here. The first thing I'll show you is going to be our very first enrichment center, which does still have a lot more work to go, but it is available for the community to go out there, take a dog out there they might possibly be interested in, get some one-on-one time to see the energy level, just watch and see how that works out. And then of course we do have it is part of our meet and greet area as well. And so if you have your dog, you want to see how they do, nice little safe spot to have a controlled environment to do that in. If you guys are ready, we'll go ahead and head on out. Keep you guys out of the cold as much as possible.
That's still good in here.
So as you can see with this room, this is going to be this is a multi-function. It'll be our cat room as well as our reptile room. So all of our cats will have their personal spaces over here. We do have more kennels coming in. They do have their play center right here that they'll be able to go ahead. We'll pop them in and out of there, get some exercise, stretch their legs. It also is large enough per se you can go in there with the cat, if you want to bob and weave a little bit, test your skills and your agility there yourself to make sure you don't clobber your own dome there. But so we'll let them in there, you can go in there, and it's just another opportunity that the public will have to come in here and engage with one of the cats that they may possibly be interested in for adoption. And again, like I said, we are going to have a lot more enrichment coming in. This is just the starting point. And then the reptiles on this side, these are reptiles that we have located in other cases. So one of the ball pythons, for instance, was actually in a hotel room, actually in the hotel hallway, just making its way, meandering through. I don't think he paid his bill, so they wanted him off the property, so we had to go and tell him, you can't be here no more.
Oh my goodness.
So other than the two ball pythons, the other reptiles we have in here are actually indigenous to the high desert. So here we do have the gopher snake. He's going to be hanging out over there on the bottom. Above him is a king snake. And then over here we do have two rattlesnakes in here. One is going to be a Mojave green. Definitively indigenous here to the high desert.
Yes.
And we are fortunate to be host to them as one of the top most venomous snakes in the world.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, so kudos to that guy. And then we do have a Southern Pacific that one of our officers located in a restaurant. How he got in the restaurant, that's the golden question there. But yeah, both of them are venomous reptiles. We do keep them under lock and secure here. And the reason why we have them here is because we take these guys to our local events that we'll host at schools or public events that the city will host. And this will give the community an opportunity to see these animals firsthand, as well as allow us to provide them information and education about how to handle them. Preferably not to handle them, but if you see them, what do you do? And just little step-by-steps. And of course, kids find it the most interesting as all.
How do you know it's a Mojave green? Just if you're coming up on a snake, what are some identifying things?
The first thing I tell everyone to do when you see a snake is, one, try to keep your distance from it. Two, the markings on it are kind of distinct when it comes to the Mojave green. They have these blotches on them, and they're pretty much the same kind of faded tannish color. That's gonna be the little guy in the bottom there. But then as you can see, the Southern Pacific's a darker color, and then the Mojave green's that lighter color, and then the blotches, if you're familiar with like the diamondbacks because they're diamond shapes.
Yeah.
These guys have more of like a blotch to them, as well as having the more narrow head. And then of course the rattle is always one thing you want to hear for. The kicker though, when you hear a rattle, it may be a rattle, it might not be, because the gopher snakes actually mimic the sound of that. So you'll hear it, but you won't see it. They'll flick the tail, but if you're lucky enough to see it closely enough, or at least well enough, you'll see there's no rattlesnake on it, or no rattle on the tail. But they're mimicking it with their mouth and their tongue.
Yeah, oh, okay. I had no idea that a Mojave green would be that small. Like,
That-
I don't know, I keep thinking I'm going to see some big thing.
Like
and
that
I'm
thing
gonna
back
know,
over
yeah.
there.
That guy over there, yeah.
Like, I know to stay away from that. That
They
is
can
tiny.
they can get pretty large.
Can they get bigger than that? Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
And
they,
is this a normal color for them, or do they vary colors?
no, it's, if anything, they're only like a slight shade difference, but that's their general color. Yeah.
Okay.
The sliders, the lighter the shade is, it might be a younger one. The younger ones start off as a more dark color, provides them that extra added camouflage. And then as they grow and they expand, they lighten up their colors. They don't need as much of a camouflage since they are a predatory type of reptile.
Okay.
I have a friend who used to work for the Pittsburgh Recreation Department. He was on the board, and he lives way out on in Summit Valley, and he's caught a few, and they were big.
Okay.
And they were huge, massive.
Okay, well, I'll just stay away from all things.
Yeah, if it's got
teeth,
teeth.
start screaming.
So no meet and greet with the.
Not today.
Wow. I went to visit my sister. She's up in California, works for the Forest Service, and we were just out. She's like, oh yeah, I hear about it. You know, I'm just like, okay, I'm not going anywhere, you know.
Yeah, if you see them, obviously just give us a call, get your distance. And what helps us a lot too is if you got a safe distance and you're good, keep an eye on it for us. And when you call us, you know, when it's up there with one of our priority calls, obviously we'll respond rapidly, as safely as possible. And then as long as you can tell us exactly where it's at, it helps us gather the animal fast and efficient, remove it, and then we relocate those animals. They are nature's best form of pest control. So it's like, I don't want that in my house, but it does have a really good function, especially here at the high desert. So we do have a safe area that's we relocate them to. No human population, no buildings, no structures. It's a nice safe area just for them, and it's natural to their selves.
That's good to know.
We'll go ahead and hang out now, guys, and then I'll show you that first enrichment side over here on the right-hand side.
It's making me hungry.
Now, as you can see, we got Bobo and Fifi. They're already enjoying it. They're our most top-trained canines. They know how to sit and stay, and they hold it well.
Very
Yeah,
mindful.
very well disciplined. I mean, I wish I had that kind of discipline when I was in the military, holding still like that. I mean, that puts me to shame. But no, so this is our first enrichment site. It's gonna have some cutout in the middle of it in the shape of a dog bone, creating a small little sand pit, just to add some flair to it. And then of course another little dry spot for them to kind of kick. Some dogs like to still have that instinct to cover their tracks after they urinate, so give them that little bit of added touch. And then of course it's gonna have tunnels, the ramps, kind of those things that you'll see in those AKC shows. We have some of those on their way, and they're gonna be placed in there too. Unfortunately, it's gonna be kind of a short one because you get those huskies that got high energy that can use it to climb and jump. And now there goes Sam running all over the place. Oh man, come on, buddy. But we are gonna have some more enrichments to them. And as we make our way around, that other side over there is gonna be another additional enrichment center. And we'll get a closer look at it here momentarily. Let's go ahead and keep moving on. We're gonna go down these hallways and make our first right. And you'll see where potential locations are gonna be. One of those potentials is this. So this being the main building is gonna play host eventually to our new headquarters for office. So everything you guys saw over here for the officers and the technicians is going to eventually mitigate its way into this building here. It is under construction, so it's not an area we are going to be able to look into. There's just a lot of various items, tools, and other, of course, debris that we just want to make sure you guys have a safe time while you're here. But it is the future site of the officers' quarters and technicians. It will also play host to our veterinarian once we get them on site as well. And as you heard George Duran speaking, we do have a veterinarian in our contracts coming up. We're just, of course, going through all the logistics, getting that all settled right now. Let's go ahead and continue making our way down.
Monday is my thing. Backyard. Did you do it?
So as you come down here, in case anybody does need to use the facilities, we do have the men's and women's facilities right here, located on the other side of the hallway, just in case you guys do need to utilize the latrine. Let's go ahead and head on through here. Now this site itself, this portion of it, is going to be, again, the future intake for animal control officers. So when we come in to drop off any dogs that we've picked up or located, the officers will be coming through those gates over there, pulling into this area here. We'll offload any dogs or cats, anything we picked up, and this will be the intake process. It'll be a separate area because once we bring in a new dog, we want to make sure we evaluate the dog or the animal, whatever it may be. Make sure it's not sick or have any kind of contagions that may spread, and we have it in a controlled area. Once we've deemed that the animal is okay and relatively healthy, no problems or concerns for contaminants, we'll introduce them in the general population. This is going to be the first location that I'll show you guys where our initial setup is for dogs, and we can actually go in there and I'll show you guys how it's set up. Now, one other perk that we were gracious enough to get was brand new centralized units for heating and air. Those were all recently just completed their installation here before we were able to move dogs in, so the dogs have central heat now. All in the indoor controlled environments. A huge shout out to our facilities team too. They came in and completely did custom work to the drainage system here in sewage. So Roto-Rooter came in, we tapped all the sewage lines, and we were able to incorporate those into the main sewage. If you want to see those, we can take a look in the back and you'll be able to see it. The dogs have their own areas, own beddings, and of course we do have a laundry site that's going to be finished up here shortly. We'll be able to continuously wash and clean. We do have an off-site location for fresh air and linen. And then of course you can see with their rest benches, it has a nice little packing grate for any kind of waste to travel its way back through, which is where the drains are located at the very back. Another one of the major challenges that we have with the kennels is to ensure that the adjustable pitch was properly leveled to make sure the drainage was completely able to follow suit into the back of the drainage porch. And like I said, if you want, you can take a look just behind here, and you'll be able to see the actual drainage line, which is the custom work that our facility team was able to navigate through. It was a big challenge for them, but they did a great job.
Oh, Bolt, you're a cutie. So this is the drainage system here?
You got a good sniff.
They're able to still say hi on your sides.
Hey!
Oh, yeah, you can stick with my hair.
Yeah, they were able to do this with a 4-inch line, so there really is no cause or concerns for any kind of clogs or issues like that. Wow. And periodically through the day, our technicians will come in here. They see an extra piece in between the cleaning schedules, which is twice a day. They'll go ahead and clean it up, obviously do spot checks and whatnot. And then with the dogs in the clean, they are taken out into a different location. Allows the techs to go in there with our disinfectants. We use kennel for that, which also has a very beautiful smelling deodorizer to it. And disinfect, wash, clean, dry it all out, put the dog back in there, back onto a nice clean area. Kisses. Oh, the morning kisses.
You're active. Bolt.
So all the dogs that are here right now, and then once you guys are set, we'll leave this building and go straight across the courtyard. I'll show you guys the other two kenneling areas. But these dogs are the very first residents in this place. So they get that honor and distinction.
Yeah. I like the names y'all come up with. They're really good. They're really good.
Courtesy of all the officers and their creativities to try and keep it going. You can only have so many loons, so you want to try something a little different. And if you're any like me and you're the nerd of the group, you go along with those nerdy names, you know. It might be an anime touch here or there, just to add a little bit of different flair. We'll go into classroom 109. And that will be the other. So both of these classrooms right here, 109 and 108, both have hosts to animals as well. 10 kennels per side. And then like Officer Duran was telling you guys, we're gonna have a total of 135. We're gonna be completing the additional units here very shortly, and I'll show you what those are gonna be. for blood.
Really?
Oh yeah. He's just a bouncing ball.
What is he mixed with?
We're not sure. We're thinking he's probably mixed with maybe a shepherd and cattle hound or some kind of hound breed, just based off his energy.
He's still a baby, 7 months old.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he still has a little bit more growing to do and maturing.
Ready for a hug. Oh, she's so scared. Hey.
Hi, sweetie. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh my God.
So you'll get a dog like Melanie on occasion that's just nervous. And that's another reason why we have again the
You're so handsome.
strays is they're not used to it. So we've been able to do that. Our technicians such as Jen and Bruce, they're whisperers. They are the whisperers to that. And like I said, our emergency on board.
Don't cry. Don't cry.
Proficiency of getting them treated.
I can't take you.
So whenever you guys are ready, I'll take you into the next room.
How pretty this one is.
Something else.
Animal control officer.
I wonder if they're cooking over there at the church or something.
Absolutely.
Smells good.
See, it's not just me, guys. I'm hungry, but. So, slightly different design setup with this one, but it's same concept.
always covered us.
Yeah.
Now, if you can try to imagine, but that initial room I took you guys in with the first set of dogs, that was the original cafeteria, where we have the laundry section was the serving area. And of course, in the back, as you proceed, you'll see in the actual kitchen and what it was. Like I said, it's completely gutted now, but if you can imagine it, that was the original cafeteria.
So tiny.
Yeah. And these two classrooms that you guys just went through were initially the science classrooms. So the classic Bunsen burner setup, you know, they have the decks. That's why there's such a long sink in the back, able for washing the dishes safely. You know, as we grew, obviously standards change in classroom settings, but that's so still holding true and still work out just great. When we originally started to get ready to move into this facility, we did a lot of testing. One of that was the geographical testing, asbestos testing, and the structure of the building itself. So we had a lot of help and participation from code enforcement, as well as building facilities, planning department. This has been a Herculean effort, and we are nowhere near completed as to where we want to be, but it's all in the works. If you guys are ready, let's go ahead and walk down here, and I'll show you guys the next set of classrooms that are being retrofitted into kennels. And then, like I said, we'll pass on through, and at the very end, there is a nice little touch, personalized touch that our superiors are able to get in contact with to show, and I'll show you that as we get over there. It's a nice little surprise. Personal touch that we were able to add on, as you were asking about the paintings earlier, one other additional grandfathered in material we brought in was our new street signs. You might not be able to find them on your GPS maps. We're hoping that works out. But of course, yeah, Bark Avenue, Wolf Way, these were actually designed and have been with our office for such a long time now. I want to say these ones have actually been with us greater than 15 years.
Wow.
So each one of these modulars here has the bones of those kennels that you guys saw. So you will be able to see what they look like as they get started. Each one of these kennels, the basins all interlock together. And all of these are going to play host to at least 12 or more dogs as well. They're still being retrofitted with the most important function, which is going to be your drainage. Another task our facilities team's working in on incorporating that drainage properly flowing into the sewer. So that's why they haven't been started as yet with the construction of putting the kennels up. You want to get that set up, and then once that's set up, we'll go ahead and our team will go in and start doing the construction and assembling the kennels. Well, come on in, guys, and take a look. So it's going to be designed, this is a general layout, but again, we still have some more finishing touches to do. But this is the start of it right here. So what you're seeing is the bones. And then of course, we go in, put the walls, the doors, everything up. Nice and sturdy. Right? Not too bad. But yeah, there are different sizes for different dogs, and we want to make sure that each dog that goes into them is appropriately fitted to that particular kennel. But yeah, once we get this all completely finished, gutted, and touched up, there'll be a fresh coat of paint, the fresh drainage system being installed, and then keep going. Let me know if you guys have any questions before we move on out.
Can you remind us how many dogs again?
In totality right now, so we are projecting to do at least 135. That'll be once these modulars are completely set up and ready to go. The remaining numbers, so you do see the 40 that were over there, and the remaining amount, the remaining 100 are going to go into the total of these I believe it's 5 or 6 classrooms that you'll see. They're all generally the same. We have this one open for you guys to see. Again, but with the construction going on, we want to make sure you have a safe time while you're here exploring our new facility.
And then you'll add like 200 when you put the new buildings in.
Yep.
200.
Yeah, those buildings are, so the steel buildings that are to come are going to be fitted with, so with the water lines and the hose and the cleaning system, it's all going to be coming from the roof. So the benefit of that is not having any kind of trip or fall hazards. So everything will just come down and then that will actually have in-ground draining as well. So whereas opposed to these have a drain in them, these will have a cutout in the very back of the kennels themselves once they do get installed and go straight to the floor, and that will have the divot in the back for the drain to just naturally flow into there. And of course, we'll still go in there, scrape and clean, and do the touch-ups as we go throughout the day with them. But it's just a lot more convenient for the dogs and not having to worry about, you know, is it just kind of sit here? Because you can only pitch these so much before it becomes a little bit of a structural issue. But it's just one of the accommodations we have to make do with right now. And that's part of us, it's just adapting to this. As you guys already heard, you know, one of the things that was kind of an issue is when animal control got left with no sheltering services, we adapted rapidly, and it's been a new function I think everyone can put on their resumes. Well, you can do adapt very well. But this team here, this team is fantastic. I mean, I myself wouldn't ask for another kind of team at all. These guys, we're here day in, day out. I wouldn't ask for another team. No way, no how. I couldn't even imagine that. But yeah, if you guys are ready, we can go and head on out, and we'll go ahead and continue going down the path. So the last portion of the tour is going to be this end over here. If you guys come over here to the fence line, so not only is this going to play host to another enrichment center, just like the one that was over there, the backsplash over here, this wall is going to have this mural painted onto its entirety on the side of the building. And this was a little bit of a surprise that our supervisors, our higher-ups team, this is part of the design that they came up with the artists that are going to come out and be applying it to the side of this wall here. Just another little friendly touch that we wanted to go ahead and try to show another personalized matter that we took into showing how much we care and how much of that this is a career, not a job for us. So, like I like to say, for me, I don't work for a living. It's my career. But yeah, guys, so this is our facility. This is it in its totality for now. And feel free to keep stopping by whenever you guys want and watch as we continue to progress and show all the efforts that we're making in this. Other than that, guys, that will conclude my portion. But again, if you guys see me around or have any questions, or even right now, don't hesitate to stop me at any time. Of course, you guys. Absolutely.
Very good.
All right, you guys.
I had a question.
tour.
Absolutely.
People wanted to know where will the pets just from Victorville, or will they be from all different cities that will be brought here?
So unfortunately, it is just pets for Victorville.
Okay.
We have this pesky jurisdiction issue. A lot of times, that's always the question that I get asked to a lot. Well, you know, we're in Victorville, or I'm in Adelanto or Hesperia. As much as we want to extend our hand to help, we're unfortunately just restricted to Victorville for now. As you can see, we do have limited resources, even though we are expanding. For right now, it is just focused for Victorville residents.
Okay.
However, one thing I can assure you is we do host twice a year, sometimes a third one if we're able to, low-cost vaccination clinics. Anybody from anywhere is more than welcome to show up and partake in those vaccination clinics. We do licensing on those days too, but the licensing is just for Victorville residents.
Okay.
Generally speaking, those are our events where we do have a free one as well. You know, there are costs for the initial licensing, and again, for Victorville residents, and then you do have a renewal fee after that. Very, very much a minimal amount based for that, but hopefully, as we progress and grow, you know, hopefully we can extend a hand to further help. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah. And is there a website where people can go to view the dogs that are here or that are
Yeah,
adoptable?
absolutely. Generally speaking, if you just go to if you were to Google or Safari, or whatever your search engine is, and go on to Victorville Animal Care and Control, or if you end up just going to City Hall website, there is an extended link that will you can search for animal control services. In there, it has a drop-down section. You can look for lost animals, report of lost animals, report of a found animal, or view our adoptable animals. And from there, it takes you to an extended link for Paw Boost. We partner with Paw Boost right now, and they will take you to that link, and you can look through all, I think we have 122 dogs right now that are up for the adoption. Again, why we want to move so rapid so we can get them all centralized here for the public to view. But digitally, yeah. And if you do see a dog that you were wondering, hey, it's not here, but we saw it on your website. Just let one of the officers or technicians know. We'll happily go and retrieve it for you and bring it here to this location. All we ask is just hang on, give us about 20-minute commute, give or take, and we'll bring it down here for you guys to view and play with and interact with and see how it works out.
And will the facility be open for the public to come up and say like, hey, can I go look at the dogs that are here? Can I?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We're all about making sure we have full disclosure and making sure that the opportunities exist for the community to come down and say, hey, you know, or this, or have a question, or this, whatever you have, come on down. I mean, that's why we're here. Essentially, we want to be able to be as proficient and as dedicated to the citizens and offering all kinds of services that we will possibly can within our power.
Okay. And that will start tomorrow or
Today.
Today?
Yeah, today.
Today. Okay.
Yeah, we're always available. Our officers work 24/7. So I mean, even if it's an after hours concern and you have a call, if you call after hours, it'll give you the option to leave a voicemail for us or leave messages and emails too. I mean, we do accept those as well. Just hang on and just bear with us. Give us a little bit of time to get to your questions or concerns, but at all times.
Okay.
Yeah.
And last, can I just get your name for everybody that's watching?
Sure, absolutely. So my name is Sebastian Guerra, and I'm one of the animal control officers here.
Thank you very much. Appreciate all your help.
Absolutely.
You did a great job. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Yes. Thank you, Sebastian.
Absolutely.
Me too.
You too.
All right, guys, so that was the tour of the facility. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I hope you guys had enough information. You can see it is very difficult to see a lot of the animals that are housed inside the kennels. It's heartbreaking nonetheless. I'm an animal person, a dog person, so seeing that is very much, you know, it's very hard to watch, and you just want to take them all home and save them all, but it's a lot. So if you saw someone, if you saw a pet there that you liked and you want to give them a home, you can come on out here, and they are available for adoption. So that's pretty much what's available here right now, and they're making even more space for more animals to be housed here. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys. This is located on 6th Street. I'm sorry, on E Street. This is where the old Goodwill High School used to be. So if you're familiar where they built the new, you know, the homeless shelter, not shelter, but the home, you know, for the homeless that they built over here on the side of the tracks. It's the old school that was called Goodwill, and that's where this is all being redeveloped. It's huge. It's a big area. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll put the address in the video. Comments so that you guys know where it's at, and any other information we can. We'll try to also do an article so you can read more about it on VVNG.com. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys are safe, and thank you. Remember to adopt a pet. There are many that need to be adopted and given forever homes. This is in Victorville, just on E Street. I believe it's E Street. I don't have the physical address right now, but it's where the old Goodwill used to be at, on the other side of the tracks. So if you get on the 15 freeway and you exit E Street, it's right there. You won't miss it. I'll post the address for you guys in the comments.